Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing? Please let me know in the chat. How's everybody doing? How's their evening going? Hope everybody's well. We're looking forward to an extremely good race. Well, a couple of races here this evening. Please be sure to leave a like on the stream. It would mean a lot to us here at CSGB. Okay, everybody, welcome to CSGB Round 3, Season 3. You join me in Barcelona, Catalonia. That only means one thing. It is the Spanish Grand Prix here this evening. Of course, we have a feature race followed by a sprint race. That's 33 laps of this circuit. It's 2.8 miles per lap, and then the sprint race that follows afterwards is a reversed grid, complete reverse, and that will be 17 laps. Hope everyone is doing well in the stream. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening. I hope you've all got yourself a nice drink. For those of you who are not racing here this evening, I've just hidden all menus. That's just brilliant. And it does look like we are sunshine here in Spain, which is always good to see for a qualifying session, as cars will be pushing themselves to the limits. And we have a couple of cars already leaving to go onto the track here around Spain. We have YOLO out on the mediums early, and Jay Wizzy also opting to go for the medium tyres. YOLO is always our first man out. A couple of reserves filling in this evening to tell you about. We have Liam in the Haas, taking over from Lisa, who is absent again. And we also have Jay Wizzy in the Racing Points taking the seat this evening. I'll be informed that it's a dry race as well. So it's going to be a very, very nice session here for the drivers. Just to have a full-on neck-to-neck race and hopefully show us the best of their potential. We have, of course, Liam filling in the reserves today, again, after last week's incredible performance around Russia. 2 second places in the sprint race and the feature race, working his way through the field. As we ride on board here with Kazakhs, as he starts his lap on the soft tyres. We do have YOLO just in front of him, but we'll stay on board with Kazakhs as he is on softer compound. And we have a yellow flag down there in sector 3, but it's just a car going slowly on its outlap. And we're riding on board with the Finnish driver to see if he can continue on his good start to the season. Currently in 4th position in the championship. Got a 4th position in the feature race last weekend around Russia, and 13th in the sprint race. So definitely more points on the board for him. He knows he's capable. Just the odd mistake may have let him down in the sprint race, but a good result for him in the feature race. So that leaves him 4th position. The car on the screen at the moment. gone purple, which is expected as he's on a soft compound, as he now approaches the final couple of corners with a tricky chicane down in to turn 15. And that's a massive corner cut from him there, and it's an invalidation. And we'll stick on the ball with his teammate, who also has invalidated. Yolo sets the fastest time then with a 1:16.7 on the medium tyres. We have an Alfa Romeo coming around the final corner. Is it Oscar? He's keeping it tight. He also invalidates. Jumps across the pit lane there, so not ideal from him. We have a Ferrari coming around as well, but also into the pits. So we'll try and jump on board with this Renault, who is taking it nice and comfortably on the medium tyres. And oh, he's about to start a lap, so not to worry about that. We're right on board with Hindle as he begins his medium lap. Clearly driver's trying to go for the reverse strategy here. Hindle then taking turns 2 and 3. Here the long right-hander down to a hard braking zone for turn 4. And goes purple. As we see Tribe take the lead in the moment. I don't know why it's got this on. That's what I want. Fastest lap. Noah Jones takes fastest lap there, number 1:15.8. We jump aboard with the Mercedes, who's just come up to the line. He is invalidated. Vapor Trenches on an outlap. No one particularly flying here, so we jump back on board with Hindle, who we know is flying on the Renault. Struggling a bit there for grip, bit of understeer on the exit there of turn 9. But goes purple in sector 2, so the medium tyres looking very quick here for Hindle. Got to keep it nice and tight to this inside to get the rotation to sling it back down here into turn 13. Just got to flick, keep it down force here, 14-15, keeps it on the track, and it's looking nice and clean here from Hindle. He's coming to the line, running out of ERS unfortunately for him, and he crosses the line, goes second to 16.2, so a very respectable medium lap there for him. And IMAX goes pole with a 15.1, a much improved lap there. And a brilliant start to qualifying for the Racing Point driver. We have the... Is this Netsky coming round the final corner? No, it's not. It will be Rainman, who's about to start a lap on the medium tyres. So we'll jump on board with Rainman and see what he can do. Netsky only managing a 1:20.2, but I'm sure you'd expect that to improve later down the line. As Rainman turns into turn 1 and then turn 2. Trying to set up a nice exit to bring it round, flat out round turn number 3. Trying to keep it steady through turn 4, 5 and 6. A little bit of lag, which is not ideal. Two cars getting very close to each other. Comes down to the hard braking zone here. Very easy to outbrake yourself, but Rainman goes on to a purple sector 2, and it's looking like a decent lap here from the man in charge. Bring it down now into the final couple of corners. Easy to invalidate here, run wide, but he keeps it on the track nicely. A little bit of oversteer, but nothing too drastic, as he's now got to bring it to a line and puts it on 4th position, 1:16 dead or there or thereabouts. So a fantastic lap here. Obviously the mediums being the superior choice for a lot of drivers here. We have a Red Bull coming to the line. It must be James, is it? No, it's not. It is Tribe, who is done 3 laps on those soft tyres. We'll go through the drivers and see who is anywhere near completing a lap. We have Oscar, who's invalidated. And here we have Ekeland, who is just starting his lap, so we'll jump on board with someone who's a little bit nearer the end. Vapor Trench is currently in 2nd position, but he's pulled into the pit lane as well. There's a McLaren of Jay Prentice just crossing the start-finish line, and he has put a lap in of a 1:16.9. That's 2 laps on the soft tyres for himself. We will jump on board with the Ferrari, who is Bowers, who's about to start a lap, so we'll stay on board with the Ferrari here. A fellow commentator, of course, your F2 commentator, for some of you who are spectating this evening. Bo is on the track here tonight for you, and we'll be on the mic tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, for F2's Spanish Grand Prix. The drivers dipping in the 15s and 16s at the moment. A bit of a gap to IMAG to the top, so he's clearly got the pace, but he is on the softer compound. As we see, Williams running wide down the gravel. Might be slightly off-putting for Bowers, but he seems to keep it on the track nicely and dips a wheel on the grass on the outside, but keeps it on the track and keeps it valid. Will he take it flat out through here? No, lifts slightly, runs slightly wide. But I believe you're going to have to do that on the medium tyres. Eklund has put in a second fastest lap with a 15.4. Will Bowers be able to push himself up the leaderboard as he sets a lap? Netsky still only on the 120.2, still in the pit lane, so maybe he's waiting to go a little bit later on. As you can see now, he has fitted the medium tyres onto his car. A little bit of oversteer again. We've seen it from a couple of drivers this time. As Bowers brings it to the line, he's going to set himself a 1:16.5, so a very respectable lap there. Puts himself just above Jay Prentice into 9th position. Whoever has come in behind the final corner, that will be Liam, who is starting a lap. We'll jump on board for him. 2 Williams behind him, and in between them is a Racing Point. We'll stay on board with Liam, who has chosen the soft tyres here. Still gets to set a lap. Just one of 7 drivers not set a lap. Good to see we've got 19 drivers on the grid today as he goes purple in Sector 1. You'll expect that from Liam after his performance last week. And on those faster compounder tyres, expect him to go purple at the moment. Just whether he can make the strategy work in the race. We have shouts of box Liam box in the comments. But he may know you now because he has invalidated his lap. We'll jump on board with, is this Jay Wizzy right behind him? It is, on the medium tyres. So we'll stay on board with the Racing Point driver as he plunges down to turn number 10. Purple Sector 2 for him. Ferrari out on the circuit, out wide, taking a little bit wide into the entry, but gets the hook back nicely. Fuel light is flashing. Good rotation there, up to gear 3 eventually, down to 2, a little bit deep, but will mean he will get the exit for the corner and he will bring it round. Jay Wizzy won a sprint race a couple of weeks ago and puts it 4th, so it's P1 and P4 for the Racing Point boys. We have a Williams behind, Vapor Cobalt. Did he improve? I'm not sure. Very close over here between him and Jay Wizzy. 1,000th of a second between them. As we jump on board now with Oscar, who is on an out lap, so we will not jump on board with him. We have, is that James Dovey coming to the line? No, it is Tryby, also on an out lap. Do we have anyone on a flyer? Rayman's in the pits. Netsky, is he on a flyer? No, he's about to start one, so stay on board with him. Someone's jumped up the order. Was it Roymsey? I think it was. Roymsey has gone into 3rd position of 15.6, so the time's just getting quicker for the drivers here. And I fully expect Netsky to do exactly the same as he plunges through the first couple of corners and swings it round, that beautiful right-hander. Very easy to lose a car there, especially in early stages of the race. So we will not be seeing cars fly around there into turn 1 of the first lap. As we see Magsy asking for advice in the comments. Clearly not confident on the strategy. As we see a lock up there from Netsky. He has a, in front of him, he has a Renault. Might be this Roymsey, who's just finished his lap, so he needs to get out of the way quite quickly. Unless he's going to give him a tow down the straight. Netsky will benefit from that. As he grabs the toe, Roymsey is still in the way, and now he gets in the way, so Netsky may have gained a bit of time there from the slipstream. Snetsky now swings it down to sector 3. 14, 15 sharp corners into long right-hander of turn 16, easy flat. Set yourself up for the straight. ERS running out there for the majority of drivers, and that's pole position for Netsky, 15.001. An absolutely brilliant lap, and that beats his pole time of last season, which was a 15.088, so he's got an 800th improvement there on his pole lap time from last season, and I'm sure he'll be very happy with that. Will your championship leader, as he lets his teammate pass Rayman, who is now on another flying lap. Lots of cars opting for the medium tyres, obviously the preferred compound to qualify on as he runs wide there, Rain Man, and it's an invalidation for him. Liam yet to set a lap, but he is looking to start one, I think. He's just wearing those tyres in on his out lap. And he'll be flying off very shortly. Do we have anyone to come to the line? There might be a Haas of YOLO. Invalidated, unfortunately for him. Rayman also invalid. Netsky behind him, we know. There is a Mercedes off the track. Is that Vapor Trench? Yes, it is. Vapor Trench has had an incident here. He needs to be careful about rejoining that track. Not getting anyone else's way. Has he got damage here? Oh, he does. So he's obviously lost it there through the sharp turn number 7. Up the hill to turn 8 and the flat 9. And lost his wing. He needs to be out the way of the Alfa Romeo's going through, but as you see, Oscar has gone into P3, or Eklund's went to P4. Sorry, I missed that. Must have been Oscar going into P3, into third place. So it's a Alfa Romeo 3-4 at the moment. Kazakh's now about to start a lap. Still yet to set a lap time. Our 4 drivers. Liam is going to be the first one, hopefully, if he doesn't invalidate, to set a lap time. Only 3 minutes left in the session, so time has flown by, and we still have 4 drivers yet to set a lap, and 4 drivers you'll fully expect to set a lap at some point in this qualifying session. We only have 4 drivers out on track at the moment. That is Carwin, that's Liam, Tribe, Whimsy, and Kazakhs. Liam and Kazakhs both on flyers, plenty of room for them to navigate the track here in Barcelona. I believe that was a purple sector there for Liam. So he's going nice and quickly. Will he be able to challenge Netsky again this race? It was ever so close last week out in Russia. As he's bringing it round the final corner here. Puts himself pole position of 14.8. That is an absolutely brilliant lap. Fantastic from Liam. And just shows he's got the pace to contend with the best in this league, as Kazakhs puts himself in 6th position, right behind the Alfa Romeo duo in 4th and 5th. So a 15.4 for him. IMAX has retired from the session, so it's quits for himself. Do we have anyone on a flying lap? We do. I believe Rumsey is on 1. We have a Carwin and Rob is on an out lap. Tribe is on a flyer, and he gets out of the way, but we'll jump on board with Roymsey, as he is the only one at the moment on a flying lap. So he is darting it down into turn number 10. He's got a split time. Missed that, unfortunately. Just trying to keep it safe on the throttle, and it's a little bit tentative there. Oh, he's on a 120 here, so I don't know what's happened. Is his out lap? I don't know, it can't be his out lap. He's been pushing, so yeah, he ducks into pit, so that will be qualifying over for the McLaren driver, who is the start of the train then. With a few drivers coming around, we have, it will be Eklund starting the train then for the last few runs of the session, followed by the Renault of the lone Hindle in the Renault team this evening. Eklund still opting for the soft tyres. The top 2 runners on medium, so clearly pace to be had in those medium tyres around Spain. IMAX currently sitting in 3rd position, not safe just yet. Kazakhs also retired, so does Jay Wizzy and Vapor Cobalt. So that is Williams and Racing Point out of session, as Eklund improves by 1.5 tenths. He's currently up in his time. Keeps it nice and tight through there, doesn't make any mistakes. Very easy place to lose a car and pull it into a wall. Runs wide, keeps on the track though, and opens that DRS wide open. You can see that it's very hot on the track. You see the haze on the circuit. meaning those tyres will be getting very warm. That's where our max tyres. That's our max performance, sorry. As Eklund now bring up to the line the first person to finish their qualifying lap. Here we go. And improves pole position, 14.5. Absolutely brilliant lap. And Eklund currently takes provisional pole position. Hindle, did he improve? I'm not entirely sure. Not sure if he did too much. James Dovey whacks it in third place. Fantastic lap from him. He's had a difficult start to the season, and I think he won't be he'll definitely be one to admit it as well. And he's put himself in a great position here in third position. So a great start for him. Netsky is in the pits. Rainman improves by 8 tenths. He also goes for a soft lap and drops another position for Oscar. We have Tribe just crossed the line. I don't think he's improved. We have a Mercedes coming now. 800s up. Will he improve? Looks like he went very wide there out of turn 16. He does improve by 6 thousandths, and that moves him up one position. Carwin Robb then. The Ferrari, is that Bowers? He is 6 seconds down, so he's out of qualifying now. Carwin Robb, 13 seconds down, so a lot of cars pulling out of their laps at the moment. Eklund, I believe, is pushing hard towards the line. That is it. That is it. That is qualifying over. Eklund takes pole position. I believe that's his first of the season. Eklund, your second place in the standings, takes pole position on the soft tyres. There's a nice mixed field of tyres here, so pit stop's going to play a massive part in this race. Eklund takes pole from Liam, who impresses again as a reserve driver. James Dovey in third position. Netsky fourth. IMAGs, Rainman, Oscar, Kazakhs, Tribe Bowers, Vapor Trent, Roomsy, Carwin Robb, Jay Wizzy, Vapor Cobalt, Hindle, Noah Jones, YOLO, and Jay Prentice bring up the rear, but he will be going for a long stint and trying to make those mediums work for himself. So, turn 1 here at Spain can be chaotic. Any moves down the inside will have a door shut, I imagine, very quickly indeed. Drivers are only allowed 55 kilograms of fuel for the 33 laps here at CSGB Racing League. These are rules and requirements put in for this season, so it's 55 kilograms maximum for the feature race and 27.5 for the sprint. Obviously, that is half of the real life maximum limits. Vapor Cobalt has readied up, so he will be getting told off. You have to wait, I'm afraid, for CSGB Rayman to ready up before you do so, and unfortunately Cobalt has broken the rules there. And he was going to get a little bit of a talking to. But, you know, it's alright, he's been caught on stream doing it. No excuses for that one. But, probably get a message in a minute saying, Tom, mate, I have no idea. But here we go then for the formation lap. The sun is shining. Beautiful day in Barcelona. What I'll do to be there right now, but I'm currently stuck in England. Shut down, locked down, whatever you want to call it. There's no escape from the miserable land we're in. Just want to get this up for you. So the back 10 drivers going for mediums, bar Roimsey and Jay Prentice, and who are on the hard tyres, so obviously going for a one stop. The hard tyres expected to go 21 laps here this evening. 1.2 seconds slower than the softs. There you go then, there's a strategic option. Soft, medium, medium being the fastest, but I'm pretty sure a few drivers here will be able to eke out a soft, hard if they can make those soft tyres last. Obviously other drivers going for the medium hard strategy. That'll be the sensible thing to do. The weather, I believe, will be clear from start to finish. I've had no indication that there will be rain, and looking at the skies, looking at the floor, look at the heat, it's looking like a beautiful day in Catalonia. So, all you viewers watching, leave a like, get yourself a drink, get yourself something to eat, because we are ready for some fascinating action here in Spain. as we begin round number 3 of season 3 here at CSGB Racing. It's going to be all action to turn 1. I'm sure Netsky's going to want to get himself up the grid. Rayman, his teammate, just behind in 6th position. So a good qualifying session from the AlphaTauri team, the team that are leading the Constructors' Championship at the moment. I'll run you through that quickly. That's followed then by the Alfa Romeo team. That's Eklund and Oscar there for you in 1st and 7th. Scuderia Ferrari bring up 3rd place, level on points with Williams, and only 3 points behind them are the Haas team, and then 5 points down to McLaren, 3 points behind our Renault, then 9 behind our Mercedes, to 9 points of Racing Point, and bring at the back are the Aston Martin boys, but they have had an unfortunate few events, especially at James Dovey. But here we go then. The cars are on the track. They are ready to have lights out. The clutches are engaged. It looks like the lights are going to be in. So the clutches are engaged. The lights are out. The engines are revving. And here we go. We're underway. It seems to be a clean start from Eklund at the front of the grid. Tucks in behind is Liam, and Liam looks to put the pressure on. Bit of slipstream. Will Liam go up the inside? I'm sure he'll make a move. I'm sure he won't want to give that one up. But the soft tyres having enough grip there to keep it in the lead for Eklund. Not too many chopping changes at the front, but there seems to be a lot at the back. I'm not sure if I dropped anything here, but it seems to be a very clean start from the F1 boys, and that is a fantastic start, and that's very much a lot of respect here as Netsky already moving up the field, sweeps round the outside of James David. Contact made, and that's back to people up. Is any wing damage there? No, there's not, but there's chopping changing all about. Rayman just about sticks up behind. He's gained a position too. IMAX has dropped back considerably. I didn't see any wing damage here. You might see some here on this camera angle. Yep, there's wing damage there for the Red Bull of James Dovey, so his luck just not paying out again. And that is a wing end plate missing as now Tribe makes a move around the outside of Oscar, but Oscar's going to fight it back up the inside. And he gets past Kazakhs. Tribe staying ahead. And the soft tyre runners are just trying to get past each other now. Oscar pushed wide there. Vapor trenches up his inside. And Oscar's losing positions. And just lost another one to Bowers there, so he drops outside the points and he knee spins the car, and it's an absolute mess. And he's barred into Carwin Rob. And there's a few incidents at the back of the grid there, and unfortunately that means damage for a few drivers, and a few drivers are into the pit lane, and that will be Cobol and Yolo and Oscar, so that's wing damage for them. But after lap 1, Eklund leads the Grand Prix from Liam, from Netsky, who has made up a couple of positions. James Dovey is staying out, so maybe he doesn't have wing damage. No, he doesn't, so I've seen something wrong there. That is my fault completely. I do apologise. And now we've got a lovely glitch. We have a few cars in the pit lane. I'll try and get hold of the leader. That is Eklund, if it will let me. There we go. So, a couple of cars in the pits. A bit of a gap between 11th and 12th position at the moment. But apart from that, everyone's kept it clean. And everyone has kept it steady. Also, we've got a couple of back runners here of Yolo and Cobalt. I think James Dovey would be very happy as we lose a car there. Cobalt's round again. No damage this time. Was that contact though with the Alfa Romeo of Oscar? No, I don't think it was. It might have been. They were very close in the exit of the pit lane. But as we start lap number 3 of this Grand Prix, it's still very tight. Liam and Eklund just slightly pulling away here as you scroll through the field. Netsky obviously got a long way to go. He's got a nice gap now back to James Dovey as DRS will be enabled this lap. Of course, 2 DRS sections on this track out of the last turn up to turn 1 as James Dovey spun the car again. And it goes from bad to worse from James Dovey. He's not having a great time here in the Red Bull, and he just can't get out of the way, and he's dropped all the way to the back of the grid. He will be kicking himself for James Dovey. He will not be a happy man. Simply cannot keep the car in a straight line at the moment, and things go from bad to worse, from worse to bad, and James Dovey has lost a car again. It's an unfortunate one for him. I think that's a little bit too aggressive on the power. He's still getting used to no traction control, but still he's struggling as Netsky now jumping onto the front too. Liam, Netsky and Eklund just slowly starting to pull away from the grid. IMAG's in 4th position, 2.5 seconds behind, and that gap is just ever increasing. But it will be interesting to see what happens here with the DRS on this lap. Maybe a move from Liam into the corner, but he's got to be aware of Netsky behind him. But he seems to have got the worst exit here. It may be one for Liam to take as Netsky sets the fastest lap. Will Liam be looking to make a move down the inside? Eklund's not going to defend it now, or not defend it even later. And down the inside he goes. Eklund leaves a lot of room, a very respectful driver. You heard it from Kazakhs last week. He called Eklund a dream to drive against, as Tribe makes a move down the inside of the AlphaTauri. The sister teams fighting side by side round turn 3. It's fantastic drive from the pair of them. Who's going to get the inside line? It will be Rainman, but there's a great move from Tribe around the outside and keeps the position. Nice and close here in the midfield. That's the battle for points, key points in the championship are definitely up for grabs here this evening. A few cars, Eklund leading away on the soft tyres. A little bit of contact there as the cars come through, hurtling around turn number 9. Very close as the DRS is now wide open. Will he go down the inside? Kazakhs, oh, Rainman, you bet he will. We'll try it. Rainman gets a lot of room. He's going to try and get on the switchback, but Kazakh spots the car in the way and takes 6th position, so a fantastic dive down the inside there from the Williams driver. Rainman drops back down the grid, but I'm sure he'll come back at him down the DRS straight. Will Liam take a fancy at Eklund? Netsky, you know, is a little bit closer this time, so it's a three-way battle. I don't think there's going to be any moves made just yet. There's no need. Still plenty of time. Rainman has gone into the pit lane, so he's picked up a bit of damage there on that, maybe a collision with the car he got dropped back into, or unless he's going for an early 2-stop. Yes, he's going straight onto the medium tyres, and round the outside goes Liam. Will he make the move on the medium tyres? We will make them count. We want the inside line for turn number 5. You bet he will. And that means he's got to take the position. A little lock up there. They're still side by side. The move isn't done. Eklund forced out onto this outside apex. It's now free attacking into turn number 7 and 8. And now DRS straight coming up now. And Liam won't have it. Netsky's got to be at the back of this pack. Will Eklund be able to produce the move that Kazakhs did a moment ago? No, he won't. There's nothing too close happening here. No one making any moves at the moment. Everyone's got DRS. They're just towing each other along nice and cleanly at the moment. Dovey struggling at the back of the grid, unfortunately for him. We have a few penalties on the board. YOLO pick up a penalty. Oscar and Cobalt also on the penalty list. Liam's got a very nice exit there, which might put Eklund in trouble here. Netsky desperate to get past. You can see him deploying the overtake button. Eklund is not, and the pass looks to be very easy for Netsky. I don't think Eklund's going to fight that too hard. He's going to go later on the brakes though. Maybe he is around the inside, but Netsky gives him just enough room, a little tap. But Eklund sort of half-heartedly went to that move, and he did break himself as Kazakhs moves up again another position into 5th. So he's climbing up the ladder. Here's the Williams man. A little bit wide there from Tribe. That will invite Vapor Trench down the inside. You bet it will. A little bit later on the brakes. It's side by side. It's good racing again. The Red Bull will have the inside line, but he's completed the move, Vapor Trench, and takes advantage of a little bit of a mistake there from Tribe, and Tribe has been punished. We see this happening a lot in this league. A lot of people will punish your mistakes. It's a fantastic level of racing here in the F1 division. Very clean, very little reports, very little incidents. And you see it again on a couple of occasions here. As you now see Carwin Robb swerving side to side. That may have unsettled Jay Wizzy behind him. Maybe not the safest move for him, but Jay Wizzy may go up the inside here. But he pulls out just in the nick of time and keeps 10th place in a moment. But there's 2 fighting behind. Noah Jones has slightly lost it there, it looked like. Hindle on the back of him. Let's go through now. Not much happening at the rear of the grid. IMAX gets past Eklund, who's into the pit lane for his first stop onto the medium tyres. We also have Tribe also in there. Boas will be feeling the effects of those soft tyres now. Okay, can do 9 laps. Obviously will be in some sort of worn state after qualifying as well. But he's the only soft runner now yet to pit, apart from James Dovey, but he had an incident there. And he stays out and chips his teammate. He can't go to the pit lane as his teammate is in there as well. Rayman gets a few jumps on a couple of drivers and moves himself up a position. And Netsky now on Liam. It's the battle we saw last week. It looks like it's going to be the battle we see this week as well, unfolding for the lead of this race. 15 laps is the expected lifespan of the medium tyres here. A little slight lock-up, you heard the screech, but nothing too drastic for Netsky. And he will bide his time, bide his ERS. These two will put on a show for us again, and I'm very much looking forward to it. No one particularly too close to each other at the moment. We have that slight split that we normally see around this time of a race. We'll jump on board with the front two, see if Netsky can make a move. Liam not choosing to burn any ERS, and neither is Netsky. So for the time being, until the pit stops, maybe these two can just tow each other around, look after one another, look after their tyres, and maybe try and go a little bit longer on those medium tyres just to avoid any traffic behind them and pull out into some clear air. Netsky, of course, taking last season's win here in Spain. He won the last time we were here. And Oscar Sandblom currently running P19 won the sprint race. So the reverse grid, obviously something he likes here, as if it stays like this, he will be in first position on the sprint race. These two just staying with each other now, a little bit closer into that corner. Carwin Robb is going to have DRS on Bowers. Jay Whitty wants to fancy a bit of this as well. Carwin Robb goes defensive, and we'll have the DRS just to save him to the corner, I think. Jay Whitty rocking the pink helmet to rock with the pink car, and that seems like a fantastic move. Little switch back there. Carwin Robb, you know, is going to fight up the inside. He wouldn't want to be overtaken there. But Jay Whitty swoops around the outside and gets the move done, so it's an absolutely brilliant move from the Racing Point driver, complementing the colour pink. And, well, he just shows the capability he's got behind the steering wheel and moves up a position into P number 7. Bowers staying out on the soft tyres for now. 8 laps old, getting to the end of their life span as predicted. Jay Whitty closing in on the back. You cycle through the grid, not much else going on. No moves at the moment, no mistakes. Drivers just keeping it calm. Some big gaps here forming at the back of the field, but this is middle pack from 6th all the way down to 12th. Jay Prentice has done very well to move up the grid, up all the way up into 12th position. Bowers take a lot of curb on the exit there, so maybe just feeling the extent of those tyres now. I don't think we'll be surprised to see him box in the next lap or so. Jay Whitty will be close here. We look to make a move. Bowers going defensive nice and early. Oh, a little bit of movement in the brake zone there. Slowly drifted across, but nothing too dangerous. And Jay Whitty goes to sweep up the inside again. And you know what? He's made the move again. That's 2 laps, 2 moves, but he's got a little bit wide. There's a bit too much curb. Will he be able to hold it around the outside again? He does. Identical move from Jay Whitty. Jay Wizard, more like with those kind of moves. And he moves himself up. But these two fighting just ahead. It's just bunch out the pack a little bit. As you can see, it's getting very close. And then, like I said, Bowers pulled into pit lane, so he will be going on to the medium tyres now. That gives a few people a position here. Hindle wants a taste of that Ferrari in front of him. The McLaren boys currently just towing each other along. No move's going to be made into turn 1. And rightly so. James Dovey also choosing to pit, same as Bowers. Oh, Hindle's got a lot of understeer there. It's got to allow Roimsey down the inside. Will he make the move? No, he just decides to stick behind, but that's going to impede him a little bit as he nearly clipped the back end there of the Renault driver. Jay Prentice just fancies a little bit of the action. Just sniffing in behind. The front two pulling nicely clear now. Still no moves being made. As I expected, they'll just tow each other around for a few laps. But this is where the real battle is at the moment. In the midfield. 6-car train currently. Yolo looking to jump on the back of it. You want people to slow themselves down. No move from Jay Whitty at this lap, as he is just pulling away from Carwin Robb ever so slightly. Nothing really happening at the moment. Netsky, you can see, not close enough again to make a move. Jay Whitty just slightly put away as Oscar picks up a penalty. And his race is going from bad to worse, but you can tell he's going to be on the back here of James Dovey. Not close enough, and he will stay behind for the time being. Is it time for Netsky to make his move then? Not close enough at all. You can tell he's been burning some DRS, so maybe he fancies a piece of the action here. We have a yellow flag. That is Oscar round again. So his day's going from bad to worse. And he's doing donuts for the Spanish crowd. Well, here's Netsky then. Is he going to bomb it down the inside? No, he's just staying back. And these two are racing very, very cleverly at the moment. Max says in the chat about tyres going for 21, not 23 laps. Yeah, but if we do have a virtual safety car or a safety car, if we were to look after them, and also it depends how much he can nurse them for. So 23 laps, 21 to 23 laps. If he looks after them well, he may be able to nurse them to the end. So could be a good choice here from himself. Eklund will probably have to pit again at some point. But the racing really has slowly got a little bit stuck here. I don't know what's happened here. I've lost the camera. Noah Jones is going slowly. So those hard tyres slowly going into their own now. Noah Jones, 11 lap old medium. So in the next 3, 4, 5 laps or so, we will be seeing the top 9 pit. And I'm sure we'll see the two McLarens take the lead of the race at some point. As we see Liam early now jumping into the pit lane, so he's going for an undercut, protecting the undercut from Netsky, which means Netsky's now going for the overcut to try and get his man. He did it last week. Will he do it again? So Liam's into the pit lane. Netsky now needs an absolute bullet of a lap, and I'm sure he will protect that. It'll be interesting to see where Liam comes out, and it looks like he's going to be in a lot of traffic. Who else has jumped to the pits? Noah's jumped to the pits, clearly feeling the lack of pace in those mediums. Netsky, look at that, you can tell. You thought he would, and he's setting purple sectors. That clean air, he is going to fly around now, is Netsky. We have a sector flag, yellow flag, sector 3. Again, that's the Alfa Romeo. So Noah Jones puts on the hard tyres, as does Liam, who comes out in 7th place, so a nice position for him. It's whether Netsky now can do an overcut on him. He has lots of clean air. Liam currently in 7th. Has a little bit of traffic behind him. No DRS to drag him round, so he's got a bit of clean air ahead of him as well. Will Netsky come into the pits this lap? We will see quickly now. I do not want to ride under the nose. And yes, he will. So let's see now where he comes out. We'll jump on board with Liam. There's just a bit of train forming behind him. Good evening, Imran. How are you doing? So, where's Netsky going to come out? He's done his pit stop. And you know what? I think Liam's done a fantastic job. As he's going to be tight. And you know what? He's got the move. He's kept the position. So these two have stayed first and second provisionally. And Liam's done enough to protect himself. Good to hear, Imran. Good to hear, mate. So Jay Wizzy and Vapor Trench to pits, of course. Liam holding his own, but Netsky right up his tail. No penalties for the two as of yet. We have a couple more pitters. Cobalt into the pits for the hards, as well as YOLO. So that is their pit stops completed. Netsky just going to try and rein in here. We have Jay Prentice close to his teammate. He will have DRS. Would there be any orders going on here? I doubt it. But they've still got a pit to the cars in front, so they are somewhat 20-30 seconds off the lead pace at the moment. But they're going long, starting on the hard tyres. It's a brave choice. And you know, Jay Prentice tells me that he just likes to keep out of trouble and hope for the best. As Vapor pits, and so does Trench. Vapor Trench and the same person, so I don't know what I'm on about. Who else pits? Jay Wizzy into the pit lane for his pit stop. Max gets the jump on his teammate. So these two will fight through the field. A couple more pit stops to be made for those medium runners. I can't see them going to the end, but the hard tyres are now fitted to the majority of cars, bar 3. Netsky getting closer to Liam, and Jay Prentice getting closer to his teammate ahead of him. Who's going to take the orders here then? Obviously the lead car gets the preferred pit stop, but maybe Jay Prentice will just fancy it. Hopefully these cars got a lot longer left in them. 7 or so laps left in the tank. Eklund now is slowly closing to the back as Oscar pits, I imagine, for the hard tyres and gets jumped, and he's now back of the grid again. Joe Wizzy picks himself up a penalty. He will not be happy with himself for that, and that will not help his cause. Now Netsky has a lot more ERS. Is he going to use it? No, he's not. So he's just going to sit behind, bide his time. They make a late move. Is Oscar going to get in the way of these two? No, but Oscar, that means is a lap down. Could have been interesting if he got involved there, but nothing doing just yet. We have a yellow flag. That is an Alfa Romeo off, and put your bets on who it is. I'll put it to him now. There he is. The Alfa Romeo has gone round again, and it's not the best day from Oscar at all. Being around more time than Standard London Eye, and I'm not sure we'll see anything less from himself. He's just letting people pass now. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him retire, but there's a getting close here between the Ferraris and the Renault. The Renault, this is fighting for position now between these 3 cars. Oh, as we see, who was that going up for? Oh, it was Oscar. Never mind. Noah Jones picks himself up a penalty. Will Bowers be close enough to make a move here? No. What's happening up front? Nothing particular. Oscar is on the gravel again, so good from him. And you see Eklund closing in now on the back of Jay Prentice. He's going to make a move down into turn number 1. He's got to go down the inside. It's going to be tight. He sends it, leaves a lot of room. And you can expect that from Eklund, and that's how you overtake it to turn 1. Fantastic move from the Alfa Romeo driver, making up for his teammates' mistakes currently, and Eklund puts himself in a McLaren sandwich. And maybe this could be a good time for Jack Prentice to pit, as his teammate will be put under pressure. And he's slowed down, trying to defend his corners, so he doesn't want to. His tyres still have a longer left. Oscar picks up a 5-6 speed in pit lane, I'm sure, because he retired, coming up. And there you have it. Very predictable. Oscar bad at the office, but that means he will be starting at the back of the sprint race as well. So yeah, it's not a great day for him. But his teammate's doing well, in 4th position currently. And nothing particularly going on elsewhere. So right aboard the front pair. I think Netsky fancies it. He's boosted himself out the corner, but not decided to use his battery just yet. That is fastest lap as well for Netsky, an 18.1. So doing that with no ERS, he's got to look weaving round and round, trying to stay out of the slipstream it seems. Just trying to look after those tyres. Stays by for another lap. Eklund gets past the other McLaren this lap and sends it down to turn 1 again. That's P3 for him. All 3 of those cars from 3rd to 5th may have to pit again. It'll be touch and go for Eklund, but he's put the purple sector 1, so he's clearly got a lot of pace on those tyres. It's getting tight again between the Ferraris and the Renault, and at some point I've missed. Noah's got past Hindle, so Hindle being hindered by something at the moment. Not sure if he's feeling those hard tyres, but only 3 laps old. But maybe he knows Noah has a penalty, so he can just stick with him and gain a few positions that way. Tryby and Rainman approaching their pit stops. These two sat in the middle of the field. And now the only sub 1 second gap. Is the front two runners putting on a show again? Well, Bowers is close in P13, 14, 15. It's a little bit closer this time from Netsky. If he deployed his battery, he probably may have been able to make a move there, but there's no point risking it with 14 laps to go. As Kazakh gets past Prentice, who is pitted now. So, will he be able to take the undercut on the battle ahead of him? Roimsey has just been left for dust by Eklund after passing him, so no danger there. Netsky and Liam just staying with each other at the moment, and Jay Prentice comes out the pit lane onto the medium tyres. 14th position, so he's going to make those count at some point, I'm sure. Brand new medium tyres will feel absolutely rapid for him. Hindle and Noah Jones fighting on a race, and Jay Prentice has arrived to the party. A little bit later than the others, but he's there eventually. He's going to want to take advantage of them. I can't maybe see him getting a move into the DRS zone up here out of turn number 9. A little feint down the inside. Of course, we have the superior grip, but the DRS is going to help Hindle. He goes down the inside, but I don't think he's realistically going to make a move. Here's Netsky though. No. Roimsey into the pit then for the medium tyres for the long 18 stint on those hards. IMAX passes him. He will drop down, of course, a few positions, but as expected after going that long on a harder compound. But this train back here is forming into what looks like it's going to be an absolute brilliant contest outside the point positions, and it just shows that no matter where you are on this grid, you can have a race. And Prentice has got a jump on his teammate. I expected he would. It's going to be tight between Bowers and the McLaren. Bowers nips in front. And the throw of Noah Jones gets around Hindle, just stays around the outside. Hindle's going to fight as well, so it's getting very, very tight in here. So we're 3 wide. And Noah Jones comes out of that. Jay Prentice nicks the position in front of Hindle. And Jay Prentice moving up the field, takes advantage of the chaos in front and nips in with the newer tyres. That's P11. He's got one. He can smell the points. Can Jay Prentice? I'm sure Bowers can behind as well. If he can just get past Hindle. Hindle slightly inconsistent at the moment. Roimsey as well, the McLaren, who is on the same strategy as his teammates. You can now see Liam set the fastest lap. 17 point something, a bullet of a car he's driving. But these two still just staying on 70%. This is exactly what we saw. So it's going to be an absolutely thrilling final few laps, bar any mistake or penalties for these lot. Tryby entered the pit lane, and that may be the pit stops finished. Bar Eklund, who may need to pit again. These two up at front, just slowly getting a bit closer and closer. Maybe thinking of a move now as Tryby jumps into the pit lane, and that moves this little train into a higher position. And Bowers looking to go down the inside, pulls out just in the nick of time. Hindle now just falling off the back of Noah Jones. Jay Prentice looking to pull away, but unfortunately not being able to just yet. Roimsey looking all over the back of Hindle. Those brand new medium tyres. We'll get a little bit closer to this action as he goes purple in sector 1. I believe Bowers probably just drop off the back with those tyre compound. Just keep an eye on Netsky there on the map. Staying behind for another lap. I'm sure it's going to be a final couple lap shootout. See what happened here with the DRS. See if any moves will be made, but it's going to be a long train down into turn 1. We've seen a lot of moves made there. A couple from Kazakhs that were definitely ones for the capture gallery. But Boa's got a terrible exit out of that corner. And Roimsey just eases off the throttle, but that's going to allow these three to bunch up, and Jay Prentice is just going to move out of the way as James Dovey goes past YOLO and moves himself up into 14th position. Very close here again. Deep goes Roimsey. Allow Bowers back to the party. moves just yet. No mistakes, nothing terrible. I'm sure each of these drivers is hoping that someone makes one fairly soon. But as we speak, it's still Liam out in front. Netsky close behind, staying in that 3 to 5. 10th round as Romsey dives down the inside. A lot of contact there made. Maybe unnecessarily so. Slightly outbraked himself, but he does get the move done. And moves Hindle back. I'm not sure Hindle's going to be particularly pleased, but Romsey wants to make the most of those tyres while they are brand new and fresh. A little bit wobbly on the exit there as Hindle goes into the pit lane on 7-lap old. So is that wing damage for the Renault driver? We'll jump on board to see if the wing comes out. I can only see it being hoisted in the air, so that's disappointing for him, and that must have been due to the collision with the McLaren driver. And unfortunately, a dive from Romsey has ended in a new wing for Hindle, and I'm sure the stewards will have something to say about that. Romsey now closing onto the back of Noah Jones. Netsky just a little bit further behind. Purple sector 3 from Liam. Yep, I think if Hindle could stay there without doing anything stupid, it'll probably be another sprint race battle for himself. Netsky just closing in. He knew he dropped off at the end of that last lap. Well, Liam must have taken it. He pulled away a little bit. Exactly what we've got to do sometimes. You know, the tactical last place for the sprint race. If you need points, you need points. Points are points at the end of the day. Oscar could have continued. Where is Hindle in the championship? I believe Hindle is a reserve. No, isn't. Yeah, he's a reserve. He's a reserve driver, but he's currently 5th place. Is the Hindle Meister. Netsky then sets the fastest lap, so he's had to close in a lot. Liam set another purple sector 3, so Liam got the pace there through the final sector. That could come in big come the end of the race, as we now start the 8th last lap. Netsky and Liam, the only battle really that's unfolding. There's nothing really happening here, so we'll jump on to give some of these people back here a bit of airtime. The Red Bulls are running in 14th and 15th, so their Constructors' Championship at the moment still not getting any help from the scoreboard or the points. But they're both running on equal time, so it's good to see that they are of similar pace. I believe James Dovey, and there we go, Tryby being let past by James Dovey. So as we speak about teamwork, there you have it. Good to see. Good to see the communication is doing well. And good to see that these lot are taking it seriously and just letting each other drive and have a good time. It's good to see. Romsey just not getting on the back of Noah Jones. Nothing really particularly happening, if I'm going to be honest. Netsky doesn't fancy it yet. He's got Liam on a plate there. Just sat in that DRS zone. He's got plenty of DRS for sure. But we know how talented Liam is. Well, they've both got 7 rounds, so both using it sparingly and doing a fantastic job, the pair of them. Again, but this time we don't have to worry about penalties at the moment. I may have just cursed it, but that is it. Talking of penalties, we want to quickly have a look, as there isn't much going on, particularly Yolo has 15 seconds, so whatever he's been doing, it hasn't been on the track. Cobalt has 6. Rayman, Tribe and James W have 3. So these are close to each other, so that is a fight for position on the grid. Noah Jones has a 3-second penalty as well, so Royalty will know that and will be trying to sit there just 1.2 seconds at the moment. Bowers may want to put... Bowers will also take points. No, he will take 11th place. Noah will fall, but again, there's still 6 laps to go here at Catalunya. Let's get getting even closer than ever before. There's not much else I can say about that on the grid today at the moment. But we'll have a quick look at the position changes and contenders for drivers of the day. And one that stands out there is, of course, Jay Wizzy, up 7 positions from 14th to 7th. Vapor Trenches has done a great job. Colin Robb's done a fantastic job, and I think Jay Prentice is also up there, up from the back of the grid to 9th position. He's done a fantastic job. Very good racing mind does Jay Prentice have. Disappointing for James, but that's because he had a little crash. YOLO's into the pit lane. And he may be pitting again. Is it to retire? No, he's going to carry on. Hindle jumps in after being on the soft tyres. And so will Vapor Cobalt. So YOLO at the back of the grid, starting on pole as it continues as he gets lapped. Will he get lapped? No, he won't. Will he hold up these two though? He could do his teammate a massive favour here, could YOLO. If Liam can get past YOLO and YOLO can hold up Netsky here, not illegally of course, but the blue flags will be out for the Canadian driver. But Liam will know that if he can put a car between himself and Netsky, that may come in handy. With the final few laps approaching, I think Netsky will be very aware of that as we see YOLO run wide. But YOLO, look, he's just trying to escape really and not get lapped. He wants to finish this race as a race it is. Is Bowers going to be close to Royalty come into turn number 1? I don't think he will be. So nothing happening here. We'll stay in front with the front runners though. We have a yellow flag. We have a virtual safety car. James Duffy is retired, unfortunately for him. Not entirely sure where though. Is he in the pit lane? Oh no, James. Oh dear. So another dump for James Duffy. Did not finish, and unfortunately for him, it's not the best race again for himself, and he's going to be starting second last in the sprint race as well. So it goes from bad to worse. James Duffy says he has no words. I don't know what to say, mate. I'm having bad luck in the place that I'm racing at the moment as well. But you seem to be having a torrid time, and unfortunately for yourself, that will be a heartbreak, I'm sure. You've got plenty of time in you, mate. Plenty of races. Just keep going and it'll come. You've clearly got the pace, but you haven't got the traction, it seems, at the moment. So that is James Duffy joining Oscar Sandblom in the did not finish part of the scorecard. YOLO has pulled away now, ever so slightly from his teammate ahead. So that will help Netsky, I'm sure. Netsky gets a little bit twitchy on the steering wheel. YOLO now is also in a fight now with Cobalt. So these two could have a fight, which could lead into a fight at the back and may also help. But Liam getting DRS from the cars in front, I'm not sure he's close enough, as we see Vapor Cobalt pull into the pit lane. I'm not sure why, unless he's got wing damage. No idea, I'm not watching to the end of the pit lane for the Williams. Netsky now, he's mounting a move. He's used a bit of that ERS, but not all of it, and will remain currently in second position. These two have been in second and first for the majority of this race. It's been a towing match at times, a tug of war if you like. No moves being made. But here we go again. Into, oh, it's a big blocker from both cars. into turn number 5. Nothing drastic. Anything they do, they just follow each other around the track, these two. I'm sure if one got a puncture, the other one would as well. But you know what we're waiting for? The last 3 laps are upon us. About to start lap 31. And at the end of the day, it's going to be a lovely fight. So I hope you lot are ready in the chat. Leave in the comments now. Let us know who you think is going to win. I'd also want to do a vote for driver of the day in the comments. So please put in your votes for driver of the day. That would be much appreciated. As we begin lap 31, the race is not done. We'll give you the position changes here as you continue to put your votes in. I know a lot of them are drivers, so they won't be putting votes in. But currently, the front 2 still stay half a second apart. It hasn't changed. At the moment, IMAG's 4th position. It's been a lot of... Oh, we've got a car gone round. Who is that? Oh, it's YOLO. I thought it was Liam. Oh, don't make me do that. I've got my popcorn ready for this last couple of laps, I'll tell you. I don't need anything like that happening. YOLO, mate, gave me a scare, mate. Netsky just holding up 22%, both on 22%. There's 3 votes for Jay Prentice, so I believe he has got driver of the day. I'll leave it for one more lap, but for now, Jay Prentice is holding that title. It's 10 positions up from Jay Prentice, a fantastic reverse strategy from him, hard to mediums. Touch wood, he can bring it home, he is a brilliant driver. But 7 tenths now. Liam's just kicked it in a bit. You can see Netsky struggling now. You can see Netsky struggling. 8 tenths currently off the pace as we're about to start the last lap coming up. We've got 1 lap and 1 sector to go. It's going to be absolute fire here. 7 tenths is the gap. Netsky's not close enough at all. 8 tenths. Liam has really put his foot to the floor. Netsky can't stay with him. Liam has played this fantastically well, and if he gets the win, then I think that's thoroughly deserved. And Liam is a fantastic driver. It's a shame he's reserved. It's a shame he's not on the grid every single week. But here we go then, starting the last lap. Liam brings us across the line. 8 tenths behind is Netsky. 8% ERS, they both got it, and Liam has put in the fastest lap of the race there, so you can tell he's flying around the track. Netsky now is going to give it everything he's got. Every bit of pace he's got in that wheel. You know he's got the pace. You know he's got the speed. But I believe Liam does as well. Liam's fuel light is flashing, so he's been using a lot more than Netsky has. There was a mess at the start with the fuel systems. There'll be some fuel investigations going on. Hopefully all the drivers have stuck to the rules. I don't want to see anyone getting penalised for that. Netsky still not close to make a move. It looks like it's going to be Liam's day. I don't want to curse him just yet as we come round to finish Sector 2, and the DRS is going to open for the final time. Down this straight for these 2 drivers at the front. It remains 7 tenths. Netsky closing on the braking ever so slightly, but nothing drastic. I don't think Netsky's going to get it done. Noah Jones and Liam and Rumsey are fighting back there, but I'm not going to jump on board with that. I'm going to jump on board with this just for now. Netsky's going to fight as hard as he can, but it's not going to be enough, is it? As Liam struggled 2nd place last week, wins in Spain, and Netsky follows him in behind in 2nd position. Netsky gets the fastest lap point, just from the Haas driver. So it's a fantastic showing from the pair of them. Eklund surely going to bring it home in 3rd position. IMAG's right behind him, but Eklund will take 3rd place And a good another drive, solid drive from himself. IMAX takes 4th position. Kazakhs, of course, coming in 5th. No one really challenging him. Vapor Trench, not much going on behind him, so we'll take 6th. Jay Wizzy will take 7th. I believe Carwin will stay in, maybe jump Jay Wizzy. I'm not sure of the penalties. We'll just see here. Carwin, yep, jumps Jay Wizzy. So that's a 6th and 7th place for the Mercedes pairing. Good points for them. And McLaren will come back in 9th and 10th. Noah Jones out the points, and the Ferrari boys switch positions there, but no points for them. Rainman had a good start, did Rainman, but unfortunately couldn't quite pull it back. Tribe takes 14th, Hindle 15th. 16th is YOLO, and Vapor Cobalt takes 17th. So, but I think the talking has to be done to this man on screen, the Haas driver. He came in last week, fought for both the feature race and the sprint race, lost out on both, unfortunately for him. But an absolute fantastic race. And there you have it. Driver of the day is Jay Prentice, and he was the chat driver of the day as well. So your driver of the day is Jay Prentice. But the winner, with a tight battle all race from Netsky, these two just follow each other around. Brilliant drive from the pair of them. Nothing audacious from Netsky behind. He just stayed there and lost out on the last couple of laps. Jay Wizzy just put in a brilliant final few laps just to give himself enough space. So it's a win for Liam. 2nd place for Netsky, and a podium for Eklund again. So here we go, your final run through. Liam wins in Spain. Netsky takes 2nd place and the fastest lap of the race. Eklund takes P3. IMAX in P4. Kazakhs P5. Vapor Trench in P6. Colin Robb 7th. Jay Wizzy 8th. Jack Prentice, your driver of the day, in 9th. Roimsey picks up the last point position. And then it's the Ferraris in 11th and 12th. Rayman in 13th. Tribe 14th. Hindle 15th. YOLO struggling again, down in 16th position, unfortunately. Cobalt will be pole position for the sprint race. And then our two did not finish the other race, Oscar and James W. The sprint race will be in around 15 minutes time. But it has been a very enjoyable feature race here at CSGB's Spanish Grand Prix feature race. Get yourselves ready for the sprint coming up very shortly. But we will now wait. A fantastic race there from the guys. Some brilliant racing. Clean at the start. It all very nearly broke up come the end of the race. Unfortunately for sorry, I'm reading a chat at the moment. Jay Wizzy, mate, yes, you did have two very, very sexy, as you described, their overtakes. I did catch them, mate. Some brilliant racing there from a lot of the drivers early on, and the field separated, which meant little action come the last sort of stints here. It's an amazing job from the drivers again. Keep it to only one virtual safety car. Again, no full safety cars. That's two feature races in a row where we've only had, and between them we've had two safety cars. One virtual safety car. I don't know what I'm talking about. What would people in the chat like to hear from me? Anything particular? Would you like me to try and get anyone into a party for an interview? Anyone in the chat fancy an interview? Who's driving, of course. But I think overall it's a fantastic race. Dry all the way through. It always adds a bit of a consistency is the main thing in a dry. And if you've got the pace, you can maintain that. You saw in the midfield a lot of battles going on between the McLarens, the Ferraris, Hindle at times, also the Racing Points having a bit of a battle. And you saw a few wiggles there, a few a bit of understeers, a few oversteering situations. But you know, it's who can take the best of a slight bad situation. James Dovey, no mate, the wall doesn't count as consistency. I've been invited straight back to defeat sprint race, so I was looking for a quick turnaround. James, you're consistently unlucky, mate, I think it's the main word. Or consistently too hard on the throttle. Either way you look at it, mate. Just keep going. Sorry, James. I've ruined it. Jack Prentice is very happy that he's won a thing. Liam and Netsky giving each other congratulations on a great race. But now we get ready for the sprint race here at Spain round Barcelona's outskirts circuit. It will be a 17 lap race, 16 turns, 7 left, 9 right. And should be an easy soft medium strategy, but you know, anything could happen here. Anyone like to hear a national anthem? I don't know, should do that. I think got a bit of time to fill. Who won? Was it? It was Liam in a hat, so it'd be British. It'd be British American national anthems. And no, I'm not singing it. Before anyone asked me to sing it, I've done my voice enough damage, just sat here talking. I tell you what I should get. I should get a co-commentator who's like a professional singer and just get them in to sing the national anthems at the end of the races, or like a professional musician. That'd be good. What's happening here? Have we got anyone filling in? Bowers, a professional singer. Damn. Well, maybe I have to hit him up. I'll get him in and after the race to sing a song for us. Doesn't strike me as a singer. Yeah, we've already got some caps in the chat, so... I mean, I do a performance degree, but I'm not singing for you. I'll just leave that to your imagination. As we're getting ready now for the reverse grid. Bowers is getting slated. Bowers, mate, if you're watching, just careful, these lads. I believe all the drivers are in. Hello, James Dovey, mate, you joining? Royamsy's gone missing. We've got, oh my goodness, Mercer Schmidt, joining Renault as another reserve driver, so that's 2 reserves at Renault. Netsky is racing with Pierre Gasly because Rayman doesn't fancy driving. IMAX It's not been joined by Jay Wizzy at the moment, and then obviously these seats are filled exactly the same as they were last time out. I'm going to call this guy, where is he? The Renault. We'll call him Mercer. Messerschmitt. MTM. Messerschmitt. Noah Jones. I love getting P12. Is that how many times you have P12? Should you have a look? Noah Jones. So he loves getting P12. Where's he at? Noah Jones. There he is. No way, that's your first P12 of the season. You've got 5th, 10th, 11th and 4th. Not bad, mate. Currently 7th in the championship, Noah. Get a decent result here and you never know, you might push yourself up. Noah. Can't be far off. Jay Wizzy wants another invite. Go on then, James. I fancy a laugh, mate. You want me to do the whole sprint race in a Welsh accent? That'd be awful. And here they go then, into the first corner. Going slow, like sheep. How was that? Would you really want to listen to me do that for a whole race? Because I don't. And I wouldn't want to listen to it back either. I'll probably get just dropped from commentary. Sprint race will start in about 2-3 minutes times. 2-3 minutes, I think. Although this lobby was set up quite quickly. Okay, I've been told 5 minutes. I could do it in Spanish. I don't know a word of Spanish. I'm not doing that. Sorry, lads. I'll just get this stream get taken down. I'll say something offensive. Spanglish. Has an O to every word. Hello, whoa. Welcome, that's more Italian, isn't it? Hello, whoa. Hello, whoa. This is so. Then no, it's so España. I might just say something. But you know what? Hello. Nah, this ain't happening. I'm sorry, lads. I've got to stick to my southern drawl. I'm not Texan, but you know what I mean. In the English. Waiting for George Russell's replacement. It's not happening. What other voices can I do? Who's actually? We've got a Welshman, we've got a American, Swedish, Dutch. Nothing particularly of well, we've got quite an exotic bunch going on here, haven't we, really? A few continents kicking about. Kazakhs will join back in a minute. No, Aussies. Oh, mate, if we had an Aussie in this league, he'll be like teleporting through the sky. You'll see him flying down the straight and it'll be up in the air. Although there are some very quick Aussies on this game. I often see like Oceania lobbies opened up on unranked. And he normally be full. There's also a lot of Dutch drivers on this track. We've also got Messerschmitt. Oh lord, it's a long line. Messerschmitt, who's joining for his debut here in CSGB, I believe. I haven't seen his name before, but I haven't been around the ends since day dot. So we do have a debut here this season, at least, for Messerschmitt. Filling in at Renault. joining Hindle. So, is that 2 reserves? Yes. Yes, es ist. We seem to have lost a drive. Well, just waiting for Kazakhs. Come on, Kaz. In you come, lad. Right then, so it will be, I believe, YOLO starting from the pole position with Vapor Cobalt behind him. So that'll be the front row. So it'll be the North Americans kicking us underway down to turn 1. Netsky and Liam will be starting just ahead of James Dovey and Oscar Sandblom, who both unfortunately did not finish the feature race. It's a free choice of tyres. What do you reckon the odds are of the rain again in a sprint race? I have no idea. Spain, of course, the home of the winter testing. But it's very much, we may be in winter. And we have had the reminder of all drivers, I will say again, 27.5 kilograms of fuel, okay? That is your maximum allowed amount here. 27.5 kilograms of fuel. I'll reiterate, 27.5 kilograms of fuel maximum, so no more than that. And please wait for CSGB Rainman to ready up before doing readying up as well. That is what's going to have to happen here. Rain in Spain would be pain, Imran. I can't see turn 9 being particularly nice in the rain. But we have, well, we should be starting now with all drivers in. We're still waiting for Kazakh, so I'm not entirely sure what he's doing. That's been asked after a couple of times. Not particularly sure what's going on. Currently, as things stand in the Drivers' Championship, it's Netsky on top. This is before, of course, feature race results. I am not a human calculator. Eklund is in second. We have Liam in third. And he's going to push himself up even more, probably above Eklund, if he can get a good result here. Kazakhs. Rain in Spain is Spain, but yes, this is true. Jay Wizzy, what is going on? I could have provided some lovely entertainment to the guys here. Got to hold on, alright. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I've already said that, Imran. You just missed it, mate. It's like a parrot. What is going on? Yes, we've been given the green light to ready up. Everyone is in. Remember your setups, ladies and gentlemen. Brain fog. You can't have that excuse, mate. Right then. We're ready for the sprint race here in Barcelona, Catalunya, Circuit de Barcelona. As you can see, it's a sunny day in the picture. Will it be a sunny day on track? We'll await the verdict. Let's everyone hurry up. Kazakhs and Vapor Trench just taking their time, and Kazakhs also taking his time. We have an early prediction of Liam and Netsky to get a podium. Well, last week that was incorrect. We had Liam on the podium, and I think Netsky got 5th. But again, it's down to who can get off the line the quickest. Kazakhs has finally ready that. We have a waiting screen. But we should have a full grid for the sprint race, which is good to see. 20 drivers on the track fighting it out for 10 positions of points. Of course, the points system is slightly lowered for the sprint race. So first place will get 15, I believe, in comparison to the feature race's 25. It is dry and looks very similar to what we saw moments ago. No one's readied up yet. That is good to see. See if they've learnt their lesson from the feature race. But let's hope everyone can get underway nice and cleanly. Let's hope all drivers can keep it as clean as they did about 15 minutes ago in the feature race. But I would like a bit more action from the guys, so if you are driving nice and quickly, could give me a birthday little present. I am commentating on my birthday because there's not much else to do. But yeah, there will be rain at the end though. Mac Attack, how do you know this? Are you IMAX? I think you are. So, no, you're not. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. That makes sense. A cloudologist. Okay, Rainman's ready up. That means everyone's been given the green light to tick themselves in. Oh, last week around Russia, but that rain came down. I loved it. It's brilliant. A little bit of action. I'm not sure that's an insult there in the chat. Maybe Rayman isn't the real Rayman after all. But we are getting close to beginning the sprint race here. The drivers will do, of course, their formation lap. I will set up your telemetries. As Vapor Cobalt has taken. Oh, Essex is not too far from me, mate. Big up the Essex. Alright, mate. How you doing? Right, here we go then, run you through the order. Vapor Cobalt is first position, YOLO is behind him, so I got that wrong, sorry. Hindle is in third, Tribe, the first medium runner, is in fourth. Rainman takes fifth. Behind him, the two Ferraris of Noah and Boas, both choosing to go on the medium tyres, so there'll be a battle for the pit stop there. Behind the two Ferraris are the two McLarens in 8th and 9th. Alternative strategies for the M2, so soft for Roimsey and mediums for Jack Prentice. Jay Wizzy is in 10th on a soft compound. The two Mercedes behind on mediums, the pair of them. Kazakhs in 13th on softs, IMAX on mediums, as well as Ekeland in 15th. The next four drivers choose softs, so that's Netsky, Liam, James Dovey and Sam Blum, and then the debutant Messerschmitt, the Dutch driver, is bringing up the rear of the grid as he missed out on the feature race and qualifying. It rains all the time in Manchester and in Leeds. The English weather is just like, you go to Leeds or Manchester, it will rain. And that's Britain for you. But we're not in Britain today, we're in the sunshine of Spain. Doesn't look like it's winter there, it looks like it's bright sunshine. And we're getting ready for lights out and action here for 17 laps of pure speed, grit, determination and clean racing. I don't want to jinx it, but you know, I hope that it's a fair race. I hope everyone gets on the line brilliantly, and let's have it. Good luck to the boys. I hope they give us a great show. I hope you in the chat, you viewing, are looking forward to it. We have the lights out, the clutch engaged, and we're underway here in the sprint race in Spain. The Alfa Romeo of Eklund looks like a good start out there. No pile-up so far. A few cars gone to the right-hand side of the track, but the Williams of Vaporcolt keeps the lead. Hindle is pushing YOLO down the inside. He'll go around the outside as well, which means he'll get the cutback for turn number 2 and number 3. Aggressive move back across there by the Haas, but he's moved back. There's no real damage at the back. Everyone's kept it clean again. And we see another perfectly formed train. Very good from the guys again. Netsky moving up. Liam also, I think, moved up a place or two. Netsky and Liam are fighting. And Netsky is ahead. Jay Wizzy has got past Renzi. Bowers has also pushed up into 6th position. Netsky gets past Carl and Rob, which was a car between him and Liam. Vapor Cobalt now looking to just try and take advantage of being at the front of the grid. The few chop and change at the back. We have a yellow flag, and that's an Alpha. There's a racing point round. Jay Wizzy has had a collision with Noah Jones. There's debris all over the place. A 5-second penalty for a severe collision, but he doesn't seem to have any damage. Who does have damage? That's the answer. Noah Jones. James Duffy's also picked up collision, damage in there as well, so another day goes from bad to worse for him. He's into the pit lane. It's very tight here. Oh, we've had a glitch again, haven't we? Well, it's tight round turn 1 as CSGB Rainman goes toe-to-toe with Tribe. Little nudge there from the AlphaTauri driver, but he keeps the position, and the soft tyres clearly quicker here. Bowes is going to get on the back, though, of all that side by side. I don't think enough room was left there by Tribe, if I'm completely honest. Bowes stuck his nose in. It's always going to end the collision. Tribe is just gone. He's just left. He's had enough. It wasn't the prettiest driving from the pair of them. Your F2 commentator has gone into the side of Tribe, and, well, if you're going to drive like that, it's going to end the collision. What's happened here? Tribe's had a crash. I think Eklund, Kazak's gone straight into him. Do we have a... Are we going to get a safety car? Car is going to fly around his corner to see 2 cars that have despawned now. Oh no, they're not. What's going on? No, we're trying to go through and we still don't have any. We still have a yellow flag, but nothing really happening. We have no delta times. The cars are being cleared. I have no idea what should happen now. I do apologise. I was probably just as lost as you. Liam is up to 8th position. Blimey. Amongst all the chaos, Liam has moved himself up to 8th place. And Netsky's in the pit lane. Does Netsky have damage? I don't know. But Liam has done a masterpiece again, and he's up all the way to 8th place. Fantastic from him. Hindle is on the back of YOLO, but not close to make a move in these corners. That would be very silly of him to do so. Netsky goes onto the medium tyres, should take him to the end quite comfortably. Kazak's has rejoined, so whether he got disconnect, I'm not sure. But his car isn't going round, so... We have Jay Prentice in the pits for the hard tyres going on early. What else is happening? Hindle is the closest man. YOLO is about to get under pressure with DRS coming very shortly his way. Cobalt's looking to check out here. It's all about exit though in Spain, this last corner. And Hindle's won the battle of those two. Got the better exit. DRS open. As you can see, YOLO I imagine will be a sitting duck. And cruising past goes the Renault of Hindle and down the inside before the corner's even approached. And that's 2nd place for Hindle. Doing well in the sprint races so far this season after struggling in the features. YOLO has picked himself up a penalty unfortunately, so a little bit of a distraction there from the Renault has caused a slight mistake from the Haas driver. CSGB Roman though has been put right in the back of him. Looks to move himself up the grid and away from the medium runner behind him, Bowers. With a slight coming together with Tribe earlier on, ending in Tribe's did not finish. As YOLO's all over the place, and Rayman will take that position around the outside, I feel, quite comfortably. And YOLO's unsettled himself again. You know, he'll keep his head in the game. he's definitely a capable driver. He's got the pace for his YOLO. Repping Canada, of course. And he's going to hope they get a few more points here today. As Bowers now on the attack. Not quite close enough now. Liam looking to get a move done on IMAX. He will have DRS. I don't believe IMAX boils, so will he be a sitting duck? Liam is going to be deploying that ERS because he wants that move. He's got the slipstream. It looks like he's going to coast past the racing point down into turn 1. And Liam picks up another position there into 7th place. And next on his checklist is the McLaren of Roimsey. As Jack Prentice finds over the back of the grid, Netsky is not having the best day so far. We have a yellow flag, that's a McLaren, and that is Jack Prentice, who is in the gravel. Oh, I'm not entirely sure what happened there. No idea. Mistake. Put it down to a mistake. Bowers. Then, on the back of YOLO. YOLO, luckily to have DRS in front of him. Kazakh's had a disconnect, unfortunately, due to extreme lag in his case, apparently. So, unfortunately for him, that has ruined his race. This is the closest battle, though. Liam, well, is right up behind here as Roimsey pulls to the pit lane, so that'll be another position for the Haas driver. Prentice has retired, he's called it a day after getting driver of the day in the feature race. He got himself a couple of points, but no points here for the Englishman. As Liam takes the fast lap and up to 5th position, has scoring points at the moment with a lot of cars in the pit lane, so that will be a medium tyre change, I'm sure. And the timing board confirms that for myself. I believe Jack Prentice's cars come out the pit lane, unfortunately, so that's not helpful. But Bowers now approaching the back of YOLO. YOLO probably starting to feel the pain of those soft tyres and not able to just eke as much out as that as he would like. So it will be DRS of Bowers. We're not close enough to make a move into turn 10, but just gives himself a little bit of patience, a little bit of space just to make it round. James Dovey's gone off. What's happened here? Oh dear, oh dear. It goes from bad to worse for James Dovey. Jack Prentice's AI. Don't tell me it was Prentice's AI. We have a virtual safety car. Yep. The AI has caused a collision of Jack Prentice. And that is James Dovey's luck summed up in an incident. This is given a free pit stop though, the virtual safety car, to those soft runners at the front. Bowers will not be particularly happy with that. James Dovey is a madman. Do not talk to him. I don't know why the AIs drove out. James Dovey is furious, and I would be too. I don't blame him. So, with the virtual safety car out and the cars around the track, as you can see, those on 0 lap old mediums have been given a free pit stop under that virtual safety car. It's not like the F2 rules, unfortunately, for Bowers and IMAX and Messerschmitt, as well as Eklund, meaning they will have a lot of time to catch up with those cars behind and got given that free pit stop. Bowers though leads the way a second from, and oh, that's a mistake from the debutant. Messerschmitt going wide, losing the back end I imagine on the exit of that corner, and Eklund will take that with open arms and moves up into the podium places. He's just a consistent driver, Eklund. He will score you points. He's doing a fantastic job this season so far. He's staying in a very consistent place, 2nd place at the moment in the championship. Liam has pitted now into 10th. A few cars ahead of him still need to pit. There'll be 4 drivers, so we'll go up into 6th place. Netsky not too far behind, pushing the car to limits, as you can see there with the lockup. IMAX though close against the back of Bowers. There's another yellow flag. What's happened here? Is that Netsky gone round? Netsky has gone round. So Netsky, the man who cannot be mistaken, has made a mistake. And his sprint race is going from bad to worse, and puts Noah Jones right on the back of the AlphaTauri driver. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, whether that was contact or not. But Netsky drops to 14th place, and Liam will be rubbing his hands together here, as will Eklund, because drop points for them two will mean points gained. And points dropped for Netsky will mean points gained for them two, and everyone else who's in the championship fight early on in this CSGB Season 3. We have another incident. There's a Ferrari gone round. Noah Jones has also put in the wall. He was behind Netsky, and he has followed him. IMAX now on the back of Bowers. Either of them are going to pit. I doubt it now. Yeah, still a long way to go before they pit. IMAX should be able to cruise past Bowers here, and he does, and takes the position comfortably. This Bowers going to fight it back down the inside, not close enough, and the DRS helping IMAX there to go into first position. Vapor Cobalt very close round the outside. He's choosing your Messerschmitt and drops in behind, does the Renault driver, and that's 4th place for Cobalt on the newer tyres, so he's making them work for him. The guy who's currently in the net lead of this race, pulling away ever so comfortably. Bonjour, Jimbo. How we doing? Welcome. Messerschmitt now. Will he have DRS on Cobalt ahead of him? He will do, coming out of turn 9, sorry. You'd have thought by now would have known the corner numbers. Cobalt's internet obviously looking red bars at the moment, but not lagging horrendously. Cobalt's making the most of those tyres. Rainman currently in net P2. Just easing his way around the track. And doing a stellar job for the AlphaTauri team. If Netsky doesn't perform, Rainman will. Seems to be the message here from the AlphaTauri boys. No one's close enough to make a move just yet. I don't think Bowers is close enough. No, not at all. So IMAX clearly got the pace on Bowers here, but Bowers just taking it nice and sensibly. Noah Jones and Vapor Trench are the hard runners at the moment. Currently sat down the grid. A few penalties for the midfield pack. It's getting very tight in here. Liam's looking to make a move. Oscar is also involved, and Oscar makes the move, and so does Liam. So that's YOLO down to 2 positions in one corner. I don't think YOLO's going to want to hold up his teammate, so I think that's why he let him go. And Liam just climbing slowly back through the field. We have 4 did not finishes so far. And currently, the battle for 8th place is heating up. Oscar being pressured by Liam, and Liam's looking to do an extremely good sprint race yet again. And he's a brilliant driver. Messerschmitt, the only other guy inside the top 10 inside DRS range of his car in front, as Bowers now pits. Bowers has gone onto the soft tyres, I imagine. Where will he come out? Will be interesting to see. Eklund and IMAX stay out. Messerschmitt also opting to stay out, so the medium runners still going long out in front. We'll be interested to see where Bowers comes out. He may have done a brilliant job here. I don't want to see the pit crew. I want to see the Ferrari leaving the garage. Bowers is going to come out here well and truly in the fight for the point position, so he's done a very good job on those medium tyres. Has Bowers in mind, bearing in mind that the drivers behind him, or in and amongst him, got a free safety car, got a free virtual safety car pit stop. Carwin Robb is out the race. And we have a full course safety car. So that's a full course caution safety car. This full safety car is out with 6 laps to go. And Bowers has been handed a brilliant position here. So Bowers has been handed a great position here. Cobalt will benefit from this. The free pit stops, some of the drivers as well out in the lead will also benefit. It'll be interesting to see what the order is here, but I believe Bowers will be happy man. Brand new those soft tyres. And with a bunch up few medium runners, he may be fancying his luck here. But IMAX is getting a free pit stop. He's in now, of course. Would be stupid not to. No, he's going to stay out in the lead. Rayman is going to lick his lips, take advantage, and into the lead he goes. CSGB Bossman has taken the lead here. IMAG's done a brilliant job, staying in second, so clearly good pace in the medium tyres as well from him. Hindle has come into third position. Eklund is in fourth. Bo is in fifth, so Bo is having a great race so far. Liam is in sixth place. He will have a task in his hands to get past those soft runners, because those soft runners are going to be very quick. Oscar will be a duck, I think, a sitting duck to those soft tyres behind him. Jay Wizzy is in fifth, and then everyone else is on fresh soft tyres. So we should have 1 or 2 more laps of this safety car, and there's only a couple more laps to go after that. But of course, IMAX will be licking his lips. He will know he's got the superior pace on those brand new soft tyres. All cars obviously going to have a full recharge battery. Once the safety car comes in, it will be another lap. I can't see those back markers catching up just yet. So yeah, we will be going around one more time. So we do have a safety car currently. We have Noah Jones, who needs to get a move on. But they should group up around turn 4 or 5-ish. Maybe a bit earlier than that. IMAG's, of course, favourite there to get through. Eklund will get through as well. And if IMAX can get past Rayman quickly, Eklund should do the same if he can get past Hindle. So it's the same situation for first and second as it is third and fourth. Bowers will fancy a go at the top runners as well on those soft tyres. Liam and Oscar may struggle. Safety car will come in this lap. There is no reason for it not to. While we're here, we'll have a look at the penalty situation. Yolo has 12 seconds again. This man is a penalty merchant. May call him Bruno Fernandes, but it's the wrong sport for that. Rayman wants to overtake the safety car. Did a bit of a Lewis Hamilton on it. Okay. Penalties in the midfield. Sandblom has one. And the others are at the back to worry about. Netsky has one as well. Position change though. IMAX has driven a absolutely fantastic race. Up 12 positions, so that's a great race for him. Eklund the same, as well as Liam up 11. Mr. Schmidt on his debut up 12 and Oscar up 10. So the battle for driver of the day currently sitting in IMAG's hands, and if he can get the win here, I can't see that changing. But of course we'll open the vote for that in the chat with a couple laps to go. But I think IMAX here is the favourites to win the race. So we'll stay on board with CSGB Rayman as he brings us round the final few corners. The safety car is coming in now. It is in the pit lane, so it's down to Rayman now to get us restarted nice and safely. He will of course go nice and slowly round this and go and get a good exit just to back the whole field up, and there you go, just expected. The whole field stuck on the apex, but IMAX got a fantastic restart here. Those soft tyres paying an absolute treat. He knew Rayman was going to do that. He's got the grip. Has he got the position? It's going to be tight. I tell you, Rayman's got the outside line. If he can hold it, he will be able to keep position. He does, so it's a good defending move there from CSGB Rayman. Hindle has stayed ahead of Eklund. So no moves just yet. Hindle's gone very wide there around turn 3. IMAX fancies a bit more action round the outside, but doesn't get involved just yet. And the field stays very close together, but very clean again. IMAX then desperate to get past and pull away. You see Vapor Trench getting past Netsky in the background. Climax slowly on his tail. He will be wanting DRS shortly, I'm sure. Netsky's dropped to the back of the grid. Netsky has had well, from his standards, a stinker of a sprint race, but you know, it can't be perfect every time. The field is an AlphaTauri sandwich at the moment, and like I said earlier on, if one AlphaTauri scores points, the other one doesn't. That seems to be what's going on here. That's what happened earlier on as well. IMAX now fancies it again. Will he make the move into turn 1? Will he make it stick? He goes to the inside line again this time. Will he be later on the brakes? He will. And the position is taken by IMAX, and he moves into the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix with 3 laps to go. Lap 15 here of 17. And Hindle is holding off. We have a yellow flag back there. YOLO's round again. As Raymond dips a foot in the curb, a wheel off the curb there. Yeah, IMAX, I'm sure, will now have that clean air and want to push away. Hindle, I'm sure, will be Bruno Leck as Messerschmitt gets past the Williams of Vapor Cover. They look like a fantastic move from the debutant, so a great move there. It moves him up. Liam has got up to 6th position. Bo is just ahead, and there's a big fight here for the podium positions. Bit of a train forming all the way back to 9th position. 10th, just a bit off the pace in the racing point there. So battle for the last point position. Anyone going to be close enough? I believe DRS will be enabled for the final 2 laps here as we begin lap 16. DRS enabled now. Is Raymond going to be able to defend here? I believe he will. He's going to be side by side back here though. Bowers is going to try and make a move down the inside of Liam. Liam's going to go around the outside. I'm not sure what's happening to side by side, and Liam has pulled off a fantastic move there around the outside. Holds it, but Liam's coming back. I'll stay on board with Messerschmitt as he watches this from the cockpit of his Renault car. And Bowers takes that position back, and Messerschmitt's got a fancy up the inside as Liam goes deep, but Liam keeps the position. Will he try to go down the inside now? He will. He's got to force his way through his contacts, but it's clean-ish. And Liam and Bowers still side by side. A fantastic driver. Who's going to pull out first? It looks like it's going to be always contact, and that's going to always happen through that corner. Liam's been pushed back 3 places there with a contact with Bowers. And I'm not sure Bowers going to do much. Messerschmitt's trying to go around the outside of Bowers now. Bowers is on all the action here. Bowers can't really have anywhere else to go. Contact made again with Bowers. Messerschmitt keeps it on the track this time. Vapor Cobalt has gained more position there from Liam. But we have more yellow flags back there. It's all action packed in that middle sector. What that means is Bowers has gone up a position. Messerschmitt's gained more position. So Renault doing very well here. Liam at the wrong place at the wrong time and not able to take his position. Messerschmitt's now trying to go around the outside of Bowers as the right line to take is to get the entry into turn 3, and you bet he's done that, and he has that line. Will he go out wide with understeer there? No. Bowers followed his line. It's heating up now though to be a great race for the just outside the podium positions here. Bowers having a put on a show here. Messerschmitt, of course, picking up a penalty in there somewhere, so Bowers will know that. He will know he will not have to put himself under unnecessary pressure. Eklund close to the back of Hindle now. IMAX has won this race, I'm pretty sure. So stay on board with this just for now. Hindle is going to be able to hold off Eklund, I'm sure. He's going to dive down the inside Eklund. No, he doesn't. It's a little fake. Any movements behind? I don't think so. But IMAX now carrying around the final sector in first position. As long as he doesn't do a backflip or something over the final curve, he should be winning this sprint race. And the Racing Point brings it round the final corner. Turn 16, 17 laps here of the Spain sprint race. And IMAX takes first position. CSG Rayman takes second. Hindle takes third and gets a well-deserved podium. Eklund picks up more valuable points for him and his team. Bowers takes 5th after a very good performance. A little bit of contact with Liam at some point during the race there probably will be spoken about between the drivers. But overall, another fantastic race here at CSGB. Season 3 is heating up. It's Messerschmitt's on debut for Driver of the Day. I think he's done a very, very good job indeed. But I believe IMAGs for myself will be Driver of the Day. Please leave in the comments who you vote for your Driver of the Day. We'll get the final standings and position changes up very shortly. But yeah, please leave in the comments who you think it will be. We have Jack Prentice taking a feature race Driver of the Day. So please leave in the comments who you think deserves it the most. So here we go, running for your final order. 14th to first position for IMAGs, taking first place and a first win of the season. CSGB Rainman takes second. Hindle is in third. Eklund is in fourth. Bowers takes fifth, and a very well fought battle from him, said to in the chat. Vapor Cobalt, who started on pole, is in 6th position. Messerschmitt from 20th to 7th is a fantastic drive from the debutant. Does very well indeed. Benefited from the safety car, but don't take anything away from there. Jay Wizzy is in 8th position. Noah 9th. Liam is in 10th. Netsky outside the points for the first time this season. Oscar 12th. Vapor Trench 13th. Romsey 14th. YOLO 15th. Carwin Rob 16th. 17th for Dovey. Well, these people didn't finish. Quite a few did not finish this race. And the Driver of the Day goes to IMAGs. I've forgotten the vote, but closely followed by Messerschmitt. So a massive thank you for all tuning in here at CSGB round 3 of Spain. It's been a brilliant session. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for keeping me entertained in the comment section below. Please leave a like and do subscribe if you haven't already. Tomorrow we will be live for the F2 action here around Spain as well. That will be brought to you by James, Dovey and Bowers, who you saw racing tonight. So yeah, thank you all for joining in. Great couple of races. And yeah, I'll see you next Monday for the British Grand Prix. So it's all action, all speed, and home to a lot of drivers. So yeah, thank you guys, and enjoy the rest of your evening.